Hey guys, welcome to today's video. I am so excited for today's video because it's a book haul video and I love books. I'm a huge bookworm. I'm so excited to share all the books that I got. So I placed an order on bookoutlet.com, and if you don't know what Book Outlet is, it's basically a place where you can buy books online at discounted prices, and I actually got a lot of good deals. I got a hardcover for $1, I got some paperbacks for $3, and a lot of these books have been books that I've been wanting for a long time, and I got such a good deal on them. So as always, I will put links in the description, so if you want to check them out. I know I tried looking up some of the books that I had ordered on here on Book Outlet yesterday, and they were no longer there because they only get a certain amount of books and they sell them. So if I don't find them on Book Outlet, I will link it to an Amazon link so you guys can check it out. I'm actually very proud of myself because I didn't just buy fantasy books. I brought some thrillers, I brought some romance books, I brought some mystery books, and if you see me glancing down, it's because I'm trying to look at the books that I got and just trying to remember which ones I got, because it took a while to get here. I think Book Outlet ships from Canada, and I ordered it sometime in December, and I just got it this week. It's like the second week of January. And a special thank you to my dad for sponsoring this video. He was kind enough to buy me some books so I can show you guys what I got. Okay, so I'm not sure if I said this yet, but I did get 13 books, and I divided them into 5 different categories: romance, fantasy, thriller, drama, and retellings. Yes, retellings. So I'm going to start off with our mystery ones. So this one I'm actually really excited about. It's called An Unwanted Guest by Sherry LaPena. This is basically kind of like a clue book. So it's about an inn or hotel, and a lot of guests are there. People are spending the night there, and a blizzard hits and all the power goes out. They can't leave because the snow is so high, so everybody is just stuck with each other. And then as the night goes on, they find out that one of the guests died, and so they all have to try to figure out who killed who and who was it. I'm actually really excited about this book. I have been wanting it since the beginning of fall semester, and I finally got it. I think this was the most expensive book that I bought from Book Outlet. It was $7, but I know on Amazon the last time I checked it was $12. But yeah, I'm super excited. I've heard really good reviews about this, and I love Clue. I've been getting into more mystery books, so I'm really excited to read this one. So the next book I got is The Ninth Girl by Tammy Hoag. I'm not really sure how to say her last name, but this is just how it looks. So as far as I know, because when I was looking at Book Outlet, I just found this one, and I needed to get like an extra $3 for free shipping, so I found this book. As far as I know, it's about two detectives who try to figure out some serial killer case or some homicide cases. So the ninth girl, the ninth person the serial killer killed, she was found in the middle of a road after some people were driving, and she just like plopped out of this guy's back seat or the trunk of the car, and everybody's trying to figure out who she was, where did she come from, and they try to put all the girls together and see if they knew the same person or if they had any type of relationship with each other. And it's just the two detectives trying to figure out who killed who. And yeah, that doesn't sound like a really good explanation, right? I'm sorry, I totally forgot what these books are about, and I'm trying my best to remember, and I'm trying to read the back, but it's not giving me much detail. Okay, so the next book I'm actually really excited about because I've heard so much about this author, and from what I know, she is a very good writer for contemporary romance books. So the first book that I got from her ever is Save the Date by Morgan Matson, and it just looks like this. And one thing that I noticed from Book Outlet is that books can come from Target or Walmart, so I'm guessing that's where they get their books from if they don't sell. So basically, this book follows a girl named Charlie, and her sister ends up getting married, and she's just happy because all her siblings are going to be under the same roof, and she just wants everything to go nice and smoothly because she hasn't seen him in a while, and there's just some like family problems, and she just wants everybody to have a great time at this wedding. However, that's not what happens. So I think it says here that the wedding planner quits, the house alarm won't stop going off, her crush shows up unannounced, there's a mixing tuxedo, and a neighbor bent on destruction, I guess ending their wedding. And she is there, ends up falling for, or a little bit of romance with um, the event planner's assistant. There you go, I forgot what he was called. Yeah, so I've heard so many good reviews about this book, and I cannot wait to try it. I can't wait to read it. I can't try this book. Um, yeah, I have been trying to get my hands on this book for such a long, long time. And when it first came out, I remember going to Barnes and Noble and they were all sold out, and I was really sad. But now I got this book, and it's a hardcover, and I actually got it for, I think it was like five something, which is a really, really good deal. So the next book that I got that I'm really excited about is called Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren. I have heard so much about this author, and I think the reason why I picked up this book is because before I went onto Book Outlet, I had seen another book review and or a book call, and they were talking about Christina Lauren. She's an adult romance author. I'm not sure if I said that already, but as far as I know, because I just skimmed through the little synopsis. Is that how you say it? Synopsis? I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. But it's about a girl named Macy and a guy named Elliot. As far as I know, they sort of grew up with each other, and they were in love with each other. They did a lot of stuff together. They read a lot of books together. And then one night something happens, or I'm not sure really what happens. It doesn't really give say in the back. So they end up stop talking, and they end up meeting each other again when they're adults, and they end up falling in love again, which I love stories like that. Um, so another thing that I read in the back is the book is told between two different perspectives, from younger Macy when she was in love with Elliot when they were young, and adult Macy and her perspective on how things are now. I'm actually really excited to read this book because I've heard so much about this author, and I know she has three or four other contemporary books, but this was the only one the Book Outlet had, so I got it. Okay, so the next book that I got is A Book of 1,000 Days by Shannon Hell, and I'm actually really excited for this book because I've been in a mood for retellings and stuff. So, as far as I know, this is based off of or retelling of a Brothers Grimm story called Maid Maylene. So, it's about a character named Doshti. I hope I'm saying that right. She has taken an oath to this lady, and when her lady refuses to marry somebody, they both get sent to a tower. And then suitors arrive, and Lady Saren orders Doshti to commit a crime punishable by death, and to assume her identity and talk to them. So Doshti ends up talking to them and ends up falling in love with one of the suitors that was supposed to be for the lady. At the end, she fights for her and Lady Saren's lives. Doshti realizes that even a low-born maid like herself can find true love and possess the power to save the day. So I'm actually really excited about this book. I know that wasn't such a good explanation, but that's really all it says in the back, and I've tried looking it up on Goodreads, and there's not much information on there. But I've heard a lot of good things about this author. She has four other retelling books: The Goose Girl, Anna Burning, I think, River Secrets, and Forest Born, which are all retellings of other stories as far as I know. This book is also, again, a retelling, and that is called Queen of Hearts by Colleen Oakes. This is such a beautiful cover, and it goes both ways. So this is about the Queen of Hearts from Alice in Wonderland, or a retelling of Alice in Wonderland, and this is how she became who she was before she met Alice. And as far as I know, this is a different book because it's focused more on the political side of things, of how she became queen and stuff. Falling in love with this guy who she thinks she's gonna marry, and I don't think that ends up happening. And I think this is the first book. It's a series, because when I looked it up on Amazon, I think other books came up attached to this, so I think this is book one. I'm very excited to read this. I love Alice in Wonderland, and I love any retelling books, so I'm excited to read this. Okay, so our first fantasy book is going to be Sigh. I think I'm saying that right, by Neil Schusterman. As far as I know, I think the series for this is completed. This is a pretty oldish book. So in this world of Scythe, there is no war, no hunger, no disease, and all these people live pretty normal lives without death. Because there is no death, they created scythes to command or to fix or control the population growth. So this story follows two teens named Citra and Rowan, who are apprentices to a scythe, and they learn all his ways of controlling the population growth, if you know what I mean, or killing people, right? They have to master the art of taking a life before they can become scythes. So this book just follows them and their journey on that. And I think something happens in this book where they end up messing up and could possibly lose their own lives, if that makes sense. So the next book I got was probably the best deal I have ever gotten in my life on a book, and it's called The Code in Her Bones by Petronelli Van Arsdale. I got this for 99 cents. That's insane, right? 99 cents for a hardcover book. And normally these hardcover books usually go for around $20. And I'm reading right here, it says $18.99. So this was an expensive book. So this book is about a girl named Mila and Iris. And as far as I know, Mila kind of lives in that town with Iris and their friends, but what Iris doesn't tell Mila is that the town, once a year, a demon comes to their town and collects girls and takes them away from their family. So Iris ends up getting chosen by this demon one year, and she gets taken away, and Mila goes and tries to find her friend and save her because she doesn't want her to die. But when she goes to search for her, she kind of realizes or finds out that maybe Iris wants to become part of this demon or become friends with this demon. That sounds very scary, but that's what the book says in here. So I'm actually really excited to read this book. I haven't heard a lot of people talking about it, but I feel like it's going to be a quick read. And something I forgot to say about this book, Book of 1,000 Days, it's told in diary form. I'm not sure if, probably not, you can't really see, but it's based off a diary, like day 268. I'm not sure if you can see that. And I'm sorry if you can hear my aircon going off. It just turned on and I'm not really sure how to turn it off. So the next book I am actually really excited about, and it's called Wicked Saints by Emily A. Duncan, or I believe her name's Duncan because there's a sticker that's covering up the last name. So as far as I know, this is a gothic styled book. I've never read a gothic styled book, so I'm actually pretty excited to read this. I'm trying to branch out. I mean, it's still fantasy, but it's a gothic styled fantasy, so it's different, right? So as far as I know, this kingdom or this world that the book is based off has been in a very, very long war. And it follows three characters: a girl who can talk to the gods, a prince who is trying to get away from the kingdom, and another boy who has a secret. And as far as I know, these three characters are in charge or put to the task of assassinating the king so that the war can end. And I'm really excited about that. I love assassination books, but that just doesn't sound right, does it? So I'm really excited about this. I've heard so many good reviews about it. I love the cover. It's so pretty. I'm super excited to read this. As always, with every book, I'm super excited to read it. Okay, so the next book that I have is called Sorcery of Thorns by Margaret Rogerson, and I believe this is a standalone book. I don't think it's going to be a series. I don't know much about this book, but what I do know is this girl named Elizabeth is in charge or protects some grimoires. Grimoires? Is that how you say it? Man, I really cannot talk today. So, as far as I know, she protects these grimoires and she's in charge of not letting the kingdom get to it and use their powers, but somehow one of the worst grimoires you can open or use gets taken or used, and she is sent to the capital for her punishment because they think that she had some part in getting the grimoire, opening it. So she ends up having to become friends with or befriend her enemy named Nathaniel. I think that's his, yeah. Her sworn enemy, the sorcerer Nathaniel, and a demonic servant. So they together they end up trying to fix the whole problem and get her back to protecting the grimoires, because that's all she really wants to do in life. It sounds like an interesting book. I've heard some stuff about it, and from what I know, it's a really good book actually. So the next book I have is called These Rebel Ways by Sarah Rush, and this is how it looks. This was a really popular book, and I was been dying to read it, and I finally got it for, I think it was $5 on Book Outlet, hardcover for $5. So as far as I know about this book, it's a revolutionary fantasy, and it's based in a little town or a little piece of land called Grace Lorraine, and this little town got overtaken by some other country, and they finally they started a revolution and they became free. But after they became free or got their freedom back, putting together the world is not as easy as it seems, or putting their country back to where they want it to be isn't as easy. And it's this book is based off of 3 characters, or follows 3 different characters. And so what happened is, after they gained revolution, or they started the revolution and they gained their freedom, a diplomat ends up going missing, and they're trying to figure out who took him or where he went. So it's based off 3 characters named Ada Luna, who is a soldier, and she is trying to adjust to post-war life. And when the delegate vanishes, she goes looking for him and demands justice. And then we have Deverux, I hope I'm saying that, who is a pirate, and he sells magic plants on the island on the black market to make some money. But after they accuse him and his team of pirates of stealing the diplomat, he tries to figure out also who took the diplomat, to take the blame off of him and his group. So the 3rd character in here is Bennett, and he is the crown prince of Agrid. I hope I'm saying that right. He ends up falling in love with forbidden magic, and I think his dad wants him to teach the people of Agrid that magic isn't that bad, and he's trying to figure out how to do that. So as far as I know, I think these 3 characters get together or end up finding each other along in the story to try and figure out who took the diplomat. This sounds like such a political book. I'm actually really interested because I love politics, and I love talking or love reading books about politics, so I'm really excited for that. Okay, so the next book that I have, and the final book that I have, is a drama book, and that's called Tiny Pretty Things by Sonia and Danielle Clayton. As far as I know, this book is about 3 girls, June, Gigi, and I don't remember the other girl's name, but they all attend the elite ballet school in Manhattan, and this book is just about them and the competition to become the best ballet person or ballet girl that they could, and they all want the same spot, and they're all competing against each other. So this is just a book filled with drama, and I don't love drama, but I love drama in books. And as far as I know, Netflix has actually decided to make this book into a series, so be on the lookout for that. And if Netflix turns a book into a series, that's how you know it's good, right? Okay, so that's all the books that I got from Book Outlet. I know I didn't really give good explanations as to what each book was, but honestly, I sort of forgot because I placed this order so long ago. So as I was telling you guys about the books, I was trying to look them up online to try and give you guys more information. But if any of these books interest you, I hope you go and pick them up. And I just wanted to say thank you for sticking around if you watched this whole video, and thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day.